to the player's handbook, and let me start this video off by saying sorry about the previous video. This is going to be a domination caster game again, and we actually played it yesterday and uploaded it. Not all of you may have seen it, but the guys that watched it, I actually misread Maelok's feat really bad. The incorporeal effect only lasts for the turn, the +2 armor is for the round. So we figured since I did that wrong, we'd just go ahead and play the rematch, because it was a huge deal in that game. So Mel was kind enough to play me again today. So I'm going to go over what I got here for the Gators, and I have the first turn, and then we'll show you the circle army. So I've got a max unit of Gatorman Posse, Maelok, Black-Eyed Wrestler number 1, Black-Eyed Wrestler number 2, and the Bull Snapper, a Min Gatorman Posse, which is the prey for the Blood Trackers, and a Min unit of Bog Truck Ambushers, which are starting the game in ambush. Then my opponent today, which is Mel.
It's Mel. I have my full unit of Druids, my Argus, my Stalker. I've got a Min unit of Thorn and Grayle, and a War Warden, and a unit of Blood Trackers.
Alright guys, so once again, the Min Gatorman Posse unit is the prey for the Blood Trackers, and we're going to get this game rolled. Alright guys, so we're back with the end of round 1. So Maelok activated first. He went ahead and threw a Death Pact on these Gators, making them undead, +2 armor, and a Malediction on himself, making enemy models within 2 inches of him -2 defense and armor. He then declared a charge to the Thorn, which failed, and he was done. Both wrestlers activated and ran up. Snapper walked up, spent 2, cast Spiny Growth on Maelok. These Gators took Dirge of Mist and ran up. These Gators took Dirge of Mist and ran up. And that was Gator turn 1, and then Circle turn 1.
My Druids walked up, cast Counter Magic, and the rest of them popped their cloud cover. Then my Stalker took Prowl and jumped in that cloud cover. Then my Thorn ran up, kinda. And then my Argus that was over here ran that way. And then he walked up and cast Storm Rager on Grayle. And then Grayle kind of moved up just a little bit. And he cast Awareness, so I could be like, ha, I can see your caster, even though it doesn't matter from here. So, then my Blood Trackers walked up and threw some dinky spears at the Gator man over there, which is our prey. Did like 5 damage to him and 3 damage to him.
6 damage to the middle one. You hit 2 of them. Alright guys, so that was round 1. Here's another shot of the board. We'll be back with Gator round. Alright guys, back with Maelok's turn 2, and a few little things happened this turn, so we'll go over them. Maelok first started by leeching his Fury. He upkept Death Pact on the Max Gator Posse and Malediction on himself. The next thing we did was activate the minimum Gatorman Posse, who were hurt pretty bad, but not quite dead, and they took Cold-Blooded and charged the Blood Trackers and killed every last one of them. So that was cool, because, yeah, she made funny noises when she moved them, and I wanted to kill them. Next thing I did was activate the Maelok, and he went ahead and spent his last 4 to cast a Spiny Growth on both wrestlers. This wrestler just moved over a little bit and riled for 1, or riled for 2. This one charged the front Thorn there, missed with the charge attack, and only hit with 1 claw attack, but that did 7 damage. Then he bought a jaw attack, which hit and finished him off. This Gatorman Posse took a run order and just kind of spurred out a little because I couldn't get to her this turn, and that Stalker will just walk through them, so I'm trying to kind of play it cautious with them. And keep in mind, I still have my Bog Trogs in ambush. So that was it for Gator turn 2, guys. Alright guys, we're back with Circle turn 2, and some cool stuff happened, so Mel's going to tell us what she did.
Okay, so first of all, my Warborn walked up, hit a Gator and killed it, then hit another Gator and killed it, then he cast Gallows from the Grayle and pulled the other Gator in and did a little bit of damage. Then my Argus was like, if you can't finish it, I will. So, Grayle activated, moved up a little bit so the Argus would be in his control area. And then he cast Awareness again. And then the Argus charged the last Gator and proceeded to eat him. And then my Thorn walked up and like swung and did all kind of crazy stuff with the Gator, but he's still there because they only did like 5 points of damage. And then my Druids walked over to kind of cover him, and then my Stalker just kind of moved over to bait these little Gator men over here. And that's it.
And he took Prowl, so he has stealth currently.
Yep.
Alright, so that was Circle turn 2. So Gator turn 3. Feet turn or not to feet turn? Alright guys, so we're back with Gator turn 3. And once again, I went for an assassination run, and I'll tell you when I get there, I guess. Alright, so first thing I did is decide to use ambush this turn and bring the bog trugs in within 3 inches of the board edge. I then leeched my Fury and did not upkeep any of my spells because I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do this turn. So we started with the bog trogs who charged, and 3 made melee range on the Argus that was here. Since they get the +2 to attack rolls when charging, I actually decided to not CMA, but it was a good thing I didn't because 1 missed and the 2 hits killed him, so that was pretty awesome. The next thing I did was I had these Gator men here activate. They took Cold-Blooded and they charged the Stalker, and they actually took out his entire body and his entire spirit.
No, body and mind.
Body and mind, so hurt him pretty bad, so that was cool. And the other 3 obviously didn't make it. So the next thing I did, I've been wanting to try this for a while, is I walked up this wrestler to the other wrestler in his back arc, and I boosted the attack roll just to make sure I could hit him, and I double-handed throwed him. Double-handed throwed him. Wow. I double-handed threw him, and I threw him at the leader of the Druids of Urbros. It hit, and it killed him. So the Gator's there, and then I used his Animus to stand him back up. He was a little further back when it first happened. Alright, so then he was done. So Maelok walks up and feats, because I don't know, I did it for the +2 armor more than the Incorporeal, which only lasts for the turn, but the +2 armor's for a round. I also cast a Spiny Growth on him, and he cast Death Pact on himself, so he's sitting on armor 23 with 2 Fury. So he should be pretty unkillable, but Grayle's stupid, so we'll see. Then the Bull Snapper just walked up, and then we activated this wrestler. So he walks up the half inch he needs to get to Grayle, and decides he's going to death roll. I boost the hit, only needing a 9, and I miss. It would have been glorious. Anyway, so I then buy a Jaw attack. I boost the hit on that, and I do
6 points.
6 points of damage. I buy another one, hit with it, and do 1 point of damage. So once again, the dice have failed me, but not for the last time, because they're pretty. And that was basically Gator turn 3, guys. We'll be back with Circle turn 3. Alright guys, Circle turn 3, and here's Mo to tell you what happened.
Alright, so first of all, my Druids activated and moved around this Gator.
Very carefully ignoring free strikes, by the way.
Yeah. And then they cast Force Bolt at these 2 Gators that were here and moved them back so that the Stalker could move without free strikes. And then they also managed to Force Bolt the caster 1 time for like 3 inches. Then my Warborn activated, charged into the wrestler that was right there and smited him into the caster and knocked them both down. And then my Stalker ran in and did a little bit of damage, like mostly hardly anything. And then my Thorn ran in, did a little more damage, and then he activated, and he like swung at him a couple of times, did a little bit of damage.
I did do a little bit.
Yeah, my dice hated me. Well, you know that, and he's like armor 1,000. So yeah.
I mean, the wrestler's only 21. The caster's armor 23.
Yeah, armor 1,000. Mine's will be. So yeah, that was pretty much it for Circle.
Alright guys, coming up on Gator turn. Alright guys, we're back with Gator turn 4 and end of the game. Alright, so first thing we did, I leeched all the Fury off the wrestler that was by Grayle, leaving 3 on this one. And he actually passed his threshold check. On he rolled a 3, and he had to get a 5 or less to pass. I shook the knockdown on Maelok. I was looking with 5 Fury, so The first thing I did was have these Gator men charge into the Druids and kill all the ones they could reach. Then Maelok just inched forward to get in melee range of all the Thorn and the Stalker. And he cast Malediction on himself. He used a bite attack on the Stalker and missed. Well, then he hit this Thorn with both of his initial claws and killed him and got a soul token. Then he bought a bite attack against the Stalker, killed him, and got to Reave the Fury because he has Spirit Eater on his mouth attack. So that gave me 4 more Fury on him. I proceeded to buy more attacks with the claws against the Thorn here and kill both of them. I ended up with 4 souls from the Stalker and the 3 Thorn. And then I cast Spiny Growth on him just in case. The Snapper activated, charged the Wold Warden, and actually did about 10 damage. It's pretty good. The Bogtrog's activated, charged the Wold Warden, added a 3-man combined melee attack, and did about 8 more. And then finally we activated this Wrestler, and he started by doing a death roll on Grayle, which hit and knocked them both down, was boosted, did a little bit of damage, and then bought a jaw attack to finish Grayle off. So that was the game. So we're back with Models of the Match and our thoughts on the new caster. Alright guys, we're back with Models of the Match for the Maelok versus Grayle game. For me it was the Bogtrog Ambushers. I've been really impressed with them here for a while now, but this game in particular, they ambushed, and on the ambush turn they actually killed an Argus in 1 round. And then a little later in the game, they charged into the Wold Warden, did a 3-man CMA, and actually did, what, like 8 damage? Yeah. Which was, you know, kind of impressive considering he's armor 18. So that was me, and for Mael, it was...
It was the Wold Warden, as much as I hate to say it. He pretty much was exactly where I needed him to be and did exactly what I needed him to do, you know, when it was time to do it. So he pretty much, you know, just held his own.
Alright guys, so now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about Maelok and Grayle a little bit. We did this in the first video, but once again, I used the feat completely wrong in the first video. So we're just going to do it again since a lot of people didn't get to see the first one. And actually Jeremy showed up randomly while we were playing, so he's going to put in his input from what he saw too. I'll start off about Maelok. But before I do that, I do want to say that this is me and Mel's second game with Maelok versus Grayle. And in the first game, I completely misread his feat, and the Incorporeal lasted for a turn. And she still beat me. So I'm still going to count it as 1-1 because she beat me even with me using the feat in a completely broken manner. So, Maelok. Now, compared to when I thought the feat did what it did before, I do think he's not as good as I originally thought, but he's still good. The ability, you know, just the armor buffs he can throw out are just kind of ridiculous. He can get this army up to some ridiculously high levels, like on the feat turn with some death packs and spiny growths. I mean, you've just got walls of, you know, flesh that you can't get through. I actually got to see what he did in melee this game too, and to be honest, he's pretty beats. He's just really slow. So if he can get there, you know, he's awesome because he killed a beast and then 3 guys, got 4 souls, got all the fury from the beast. So I can see how he could be like a melee machine, just getting him there. Malediction is really good. He also has Venom, you know, for the 8-inch spray. It didn't come into play this game any because those damn Druids and counter magic, but, you know, that's still useful to have. And, you know, that's pretty much it on that. So, Jeremy, Mel, what were your thoughts on Maelok?
I just want to say both of the models, what I see they can do, I think my trolls and my mercs are going to have a pretty hard time against them, even with the new casters I got.
Yeah. Mel, what are your thoughts on Maelok?
I don't like his armor buffs. They suck. I mean, my crap can hit pretty hard. It just didn't even help.
Well, I mean, you got him down to 7 that turn. Alright, so Grayle, Mel, you go ahead and talk about him, and then I'll tell you what I think about him.
Well, I mean, I really like the way he can, you know, maneuver around. He didn't get a lot of chance to do it this game, because you just kind of blocked me in and wouldn't let me go anywhere. So, yeah. That Storm Raider spell, though, is still amazing. I mean, +2 strength, mat, and armor is pretty good on anybody. They won't let me put it on a base. But I mean, you know, that's okay. So I just put it on my caster, and he can beat phase 2.
Yeah, as far as Grayle goes, going into this game, especially when I found out I'd used the feat wrong initially, I didn't think I could beat him, in all honesty. Like, you know, every time I've tried to kill him, defense 15, armor 18 with some fury on him, And the only reason I really got the kill that late in the game is Mel was camping on Fury, but the Wold Warden was maxed out, and I killed the Stalker. So she just didn't have anywhere to throw the damage. But had she had another beast back in the backfield to throw damage to, this would have been a completely different game. You know, next turn, Girl could have, you know, ran around and did some goofy crap and, you know, maybe killed Maelok. He's really good. So, Jeremy, anything you want to add about any of them?
I'm excited to see y'all paint them. That's about it.
Yeah, I'll do that one day. Well, that's I guess that's about it. Well, guys, we hope you enjoyed the Maelok versus Grayle game, and keep posted, because there's I'm going to say a 98% chance that tomorrow night you might get to see Grayle versus Jarl. We'll see. So, guys, we've also got Naresh and Callus games coming. We've got all the casuals. We're going to try to put them through as many matchups as we can for you. Let you see who you like and maybe who you want to pick up when the book hits and the models hit next month or so. So, this has been the Player's Handbook, guys, and keep posted for more.